Okay. 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 On period. Periana to the period. It's the official King Payne, y'all. And this is the home of the lituation. What's good, everybody? What's popping, y'all? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live, okay? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. It's up and it's stuck directly after these commercial breaks, and that's just on period. Okay. Okay, on period. Did you guys share this live? Did you guys share this live? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. It is the best way to support your favorite content creator. Share this live, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make sure all your notifications are turned on. And when you're done, drop some crowns in the comments. It's up and it's stuck directly after these commercial breaks. Okay. Did you guys share this live? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. It's up and it's stuck directly after these commercial breaks.
My mom said I need to do something with my hair, otherwise I gotta get it all cut off.
We booked an appointment at Style Kings at the barbershop. Let's go.
Do you want fabulous hair? Are you looking for a product strong enough to tame your 4C hair?
Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom, you don't have no more leave-in conditioner?
Give me that. I know you did not use my Style King leave-in conditioner.
Are you looking to knock the dust off them dreads? For a product that will rejuvenate and strengthen your hair, increase hair growth and shine, and smells great? Well, then you're in the right place. For the long, beautiful, healthy hair you deserve, choose Style King. Perfect on all hair types. Available online at theofficialkingpayne.net. Get you some style today. Oh, and your mom called says she needs some more conditioner. Okay. On period. What's good, everybody? It's the official King Payne, y'all. And this is the home of the lituation. The dust freeze off. The littest place on earth where we stay on a pussy hole neck. Yes. Yes, where there's no rusty, dusty, musty, crusty, raggedy, dirty, crispy, pissy, or pussy holes allowed. Okay, if you come over here being any of those things, my mod will squirt your dusty ass out. Yes, that's you, Tasha K. Yes, that's you, girl. Yes, with your dusty ass. Yes. Tasha K is challenging Jennifer Hull's story. Now, if you guys don't know who Jennifer Hull is the woman suing Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty, guys, for intimidation. Hold on, intimidation and harassment, guys. I should have knew that. For intimidation and harassment. Yeah, she is the victim of Kenneth Petty. Okay, um, yeah, it's the one that he sexually abused back in 1994. Um, he was convicted. He pled guilty, and he served 4 years in prison. Okay. Um, so what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Did you guys share this live? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. What's going on? So, Kenneth hasn't been registering as a sex offender. Okay. For the past 20 years, he's been registering as a sex offender. But now, since he's with Nicki Minaj, I guess he feels as though he doesn't have to register. Um, so he's gotten himself in a lot of trouble because of that. So now I guess him and Nicki are trying to allege, Kenneth is a victim in this situation. And it's the system, and he wasn't able to, he didn't have money back then to fight it. So he just pled guilty. She's playing. They're using the black card. Okay, that's what you call the motherfucking black card right there. Okay, because that does happen to a lot of minorities. That does happen to a lot of minorities where they falsely are convicted for something that they didn't do because they can afford to fight it. But I don't think that is the case in this situation. Absolutely not. Especially not after hearing Jennifer Holt speak on The Real. Okay. Shout out to The Real for sharing Jennifer Holt's story. Okay. On Period. But a lot of this story has been going around these YouTube streets for a while. Okay. Candace, Daytime Teen Time was the one who broke the story. Okay. And Hot Shot Radio was the one to get Jennifer to speak. Okay. She was the first person that she spoke with, that she interviewed. He was the first person that she interviewed with on these YouTube streets. Yes, I'm trying to be very careful that I get the story correct. But now the story is mainstream and it is on The Real. Yes. And just like Tasha K, whenever there's a big story, she's trying to attach her dusty ass to it. Now, okay, she called herself standing with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is over there having several motherfucking seats. Little do you know, okay? The fuck is you talking about? Nicki should be having several motherfucking seats. She over there talking about I stand with Nicki. Okay, Tasha K is disputing the victim's story. Okay, Tasha K is challenging Jennifer Holt's story and Jennifer Holt's claims, and I have the receipts. Period. But before we get into the receipts, okay, I wanted to share Jennifer Holt's story with you guys, and you guys tell me what you guys think. Shout out to Miss Magic Podcast. He said, I thought you saved Nicki Minaj from Tasha K. Shaking my head. I did. Okay. Nicki Minaj is just playing. Tasha K is a puppet in all of this. Tasha K is trash. She's a sellout, okay? She's willing to do anything for some clicks and some views. I mean, what a disgusting person to even challenge this woman's story. Kenneth has already pleaded guilty. He's guilty. He did that shit. But like Tasha K, I will say I do believe that people can change. Not saying that he has. There's been a slew of allegations that have come out since that say that Kenneth Petty is still very much so violent. Okay, he's had a very violent history. I mean, his past, he's been in and out of jail his whole entire life. So, I mean, oh no, I kind of feel like Nicki Minaj then got herself into some shit. Okay, and she gonna stand by her man. Y'all all seen that meme. Y'all all seen that meme. Yeah, that's my man. I'm gonna stand by him. I mean, at this point, what else could she do? What would you do if it was your husband and you just had a newborn baby? Would you stand by your man? I'm just saying. I'm trending in another chat. Oh my. Send the official king paying the receipts. Okay, these pussy hoes can't stand me. Okay, guys. So Tasha K Dusty ass called herself disputing Jennifer Ho's allegations. Okay, trying to discredit Jennifer Ho by saying that there's a contradiction in the stories. Okay, and she's pulled the receipts. Okay, so in the spirit of pulling the receipts, okay, I have the audio. Guys, I have the message that I sent to Nicki Minaj when she booted Tasha K's dusty ass from Queen Radio. Okay, when she X'd her from the interview. When she said, up, not you. Guys, I have the message here. Period. Hashtag pull the receipts. So in the spirit of pulling receipts, we're going to be pulling receipts on tonight. And that's just on period. Shout out to Captivating Christian and this motherfucking beach. Hey, Elizabeth. Elizabeth said Nicki is the black Tammy Wynette. Stand by her man. Okay, she gonna stand by her man. Sunshine Weston said, I felt guilty for something I didn't do. I was told if I did, I would get community service. I didn't know that meant. Oh wait, I didn't know that meant I did the crime. I did what my lawyer made me think I had to. Okay, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. Okay, they're there for the monies. Okay, they're there for the monies. Did you guys share this live? Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. Once you guys have shared this live, go ahead and drop some crowns in the comments. Okay, and subscribe, and make sure that all your notifications are turned on. It's the official King Payne, y'all, and this is the home of the lituation. Period to the period. Yes. So let me see. Shout out to Nicki. Shout out to Nicki. Shout out to Got 91. Okay. She said it definitely does happen, but it wasn't Nicki, right? To try and tell the woman's story. Yes. And yeah, I don't think that Nicki was right. I think she's trying to say, but Nicki wasn't right to try to tell the story because she wasn't there. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. And for someone like Nicki who has such a large platform, it can seem rather intimidating, like harassment even. So I feel like Jennifer Ho's claims are valid. But what do you guys think? Okay. So like I stated, Jennifer Ho, the woman that is suing Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, over allegations including witness intimidation and harassment, okay, opens up about the lawsuit and speaks out, okay, about being pressured to recant her statement about her 1994 sexual assault. Okay, Jennifer Ho speaks out on the real. Okay. And it's crazy because the interview has almost been scraped from the internet. You almost cannot find it. Okay. Yes, videos are getting snaps left and right. Okay, so in true lituation fashion, we will not be playing the video, but I do have the audio here, and I definitely wanted to share Jennifer Ho's story. Okay, and you guys let me know what you guys think. Okay, because there are some people that feel like she has been contradicting herself. And there's been a lot of black YouTubers, okay? A lot of black YouTubers out here victim shaming. Okay? And that is why a lot of black women in particular, don't speak out when things like this happen. You don't need no proof when you the victim. You are the receipt. Standing your truth. Oops and oop. And oop. If that ain't scared the shit out of me. Okay. What's good, everybody? Shout out to Tracy Smith. She said, to those who said she was lying, leave your kids alone with Kenneth. My. If you guys will leave your kids alone with Kenneth, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, drop a 2 in the comments. I want to know. The people want to know. Are you leaving your kids around Kenneth? What about your young daughter? Okay. Drop a 1 in the comments. Drop a 2 in the comments if not. Drop a 1 if yes. Drop 2 if not. Okay. Got 91 said, I believe Jen. If she was lying, Nicki would sue her for defamation or at least speak out. He already pled guilty. He served his time. Okay. I mean, if you believe in reform, then, you're one of those people that believe that, he should be allowed to move on. But if you're a bad bitch like me, okay, bitch, if I'm suffering, bitch, I want you to suffer. It seems like Jennifer Ho is suffering. You know what I'm saying? She's still suffering, okay? She hasn't got over it. And it's kind of going to be hard to do now that you with Nicki Minaj. And your face is plastered all over the television. For the past 20 years, she's been at making do. Getting by. But now, you with Nicki Minaj. You living your best life. And here I am, still living with the pain. Still living with the scars. Still walking in fear. Still hiding my head. A pussy hole can never. Of course she wants some motherfucking money, but y'all ain't heard that shit from me. Why would she not want some money? I know I would want some motherfucking money. And yeah, is 20K is not a motherfucking bitch. Your wife is Nicki Minaj. Bitch, but that's neither here or there. That is neither here or there. Y'all know I have to throw some comedy in this motherfucker somewhere. But I'm just saying. If you would want some money, okay, drop some dollar signs in the comments. I know I'm not alone on this. I know I'm not alone on this. If you would want some money, okay, money changes things. You know what I'm saying? Period. Money We talk about money. 20,000 ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be gone. One Louis bag, like, you know what I'm saying? One Birkin. Ain't that what Nicki Minaj be wearing? Bitch, I want the same shit Nicki got on. Ain't that what you wanted from me when you took my virginity? Fuck is you talking about? I want some motherfucking money, so I don't even blame her. I don't give a fuck what nobody talk about. She wants some money, trying to victim shame her. Who gives a fuck? And she deserves it. She deserves it. She deserves all of the money. Pay that woman. What is you talking about? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I would have been showed up at the petty estate. Fuck is you talking about, bitch? Where's my room at? Me and my kids joking. Let me stop. People dropping dollar signs. Period. Give me my money. Period. Everybody drop a Tuesday said, I ain't leaving my kid nowhere near that man. Elizabeth said, I'm surprised he's around his son. That's his son, girl. Of course he's going to be around his kids. Okay. But I don't think he'll be around anybody else's kids. Okay. Usually sex offenders can't be around other people's kids. Period. So I have Jen's story here and I'm getting ready to play it. Okay. She was recently on The Real. Okay. And since somebody, okay, allegedly Karen Civil has been getting the interview snatched from YouTube. Okay, I'm doing my part in sharing the story. I'm too blessed. Said, give me my money. You owe me. Period. Okay, you win, I win. Fuck is you talking about? God 91 said, I'm talking about the phone calls and threats she is accusing them of saying and doing. Mm-hmm. And I believe her. I definitely believe her. Put yourself in Nicki Minaj's shoes. I mean, I'm Nicki Minaj. People love me. I'm a star. I have influence. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to see what I can do. I don't know what agreements or, what stipulations, that Kenneth got on him, whatever he agreed to that he ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of common sense, but woman done way, way, way crazier things. Okay. Y'all remember for the D challenge. Okay. Y'all remember for the D challenge. Nicki Minaj is doing all of these for the D. Okay, on Pure. Shout out to the 100 people in the motherfucking chat. Make sure that you guys are liking this video. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to this channel. And above all things, make sure that you guys share, and then drop some crowns in the comments, okay, when you're done, okay? Yes, that's the best way to support your favorite content creator. Period. KB said, shout out to KB, by the way. Just heard The Way I Twerk for the first time, and I love it. Keep the music going. It's definitely a song to repeat. Thank you, KB. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you like my music. I definitely got some new music on the way. Shout out to Wendy and this motherfucking bitch. Wendy, have you decided to run for patriarchy? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Where my damn notebook is? Yes, have you decided to run for office yet? She said, I'm Nicki Minaj. People love me. Mariah don't. Nor does Cardi. My. And neither does Jennifer Ho. Jennifer Ho wasn't here for none of that shit. She said, Nicki, woman to woman, he did that shit. He did that shit. That's what she said. Elizabeth said, hide your family, period. Money on the floor. There's money on the floor. Okay, back to the situation. Okay, So I have Jennifer Ho's interview on the reel right here, and I'm getting ready to play the audio, and we're gonna work through this video as a family. And that's just on period. Drop some crowns, Cram family, if you're ready for the lituation. It's up and it's stuck. Okay, I hear there's a lot of pussy hoes talking about the Fisher King pain right now. We're gonna go on the backup channel after this live, and we address all the pussy hoes in the back. Okay, on period. But mods, I'm sensing some dust on today. So have your wrenches out. Okay, have your wrenches out. Period. I'm sensing some dust. Have your wrenches out. Have your wrenches out. Y'all got y'all wrenches? Y'all got y'all wrenches? I see y'all crowns. If Kenny wasn't married to Nicki, would she still sue him? My. Does it matter? Does it matter? I mean, he could have married I don't know. Who's available? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who he marry. He can marry Beyonce for fuck I care. I'm suing them too. What are you talking about? I don't give a fuck who he married. Shit. Yeah, if the marriage leads to motherfucking a bag and motherfucking your face is plastered all over the television every time I turn on TV, then yes. Give a fuck who it is. He could have married Phaedra. I would have sued them too. Fuck is you talking about? That bitch is a millionaire. Oh shit. Let me stop. Okay. Let me stop. Yes. When he said it's irrelevant. On period, Trouble in the Bubble says she wouldn't sue because he'd still be registering. Absolutely. He'd still be doing what the fuck he been doing for the past 20 motherfucking years with no motherfucking problems. How come it's you get married to Nicki Minaj and you fucking forget how to register? You motherfucking develop spiritual amnesia. You must have forgot you done this shit. Life is too good up over there, bitch. Grass too motherfucking green, bitch. While I'm over here living just a living. Bitch, please. Not after what you done to me. So I understand the hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand the hurt. If you put yourself in her shoes for just a moment, look at her. You can see the hurt. It's all on it. It's all in her spirit. It's all in her aura. You can see it. It's all in her frequency. You can see that she's been hurt. I feel like she deserved the money. If she wants the money, I feel like she deserves it. And I feel like she fell. 20,000 ain't enough. I would have walked away with that motherfucker. I definitely wouldn't gave the money back now. She handed the money. I would have definitely, ain't nobody signing no motherfucking paperwork for her. She does motherfucking give her. Bitch, I would have got up with that motherfucker 20K, bitch, and I would have hit it, bitch. Shit. And I would have continued to do exactly what in the fuck she doing. Exposing this nigga for the motherfucking creep that he is. When he said, if I wasn't born a male, I'd be a boy. What is it? She's so funny. Grill, make sure that you guys are sharing this live. Tracy Smith said, if Nicki and Kenneth didn't harass her, would she still sue? Probably not. Probably. I don't know. I feel like it's sort of harassment to have to see him on TV. You know, a lot of sex offenders, they have there's a stipulation to where they can't be on social media. They can't have Instagrams and Facebooks and stuff like that. I think TV definitely falls into the motherfucking guidelines. Why is this whole all over fucking television? I'm over it. I feel away. I should be compensated. All these ifs and buts. Y'all don't feel dirty capping for a rapist? My. What if it were you? What if it was your child? What if it was your sister? How would you feel? If it was your sister, do you feel like she should be compensated? Now, if it was my sister, bitch, I'll be at Nicki Minaj's motherfucking door like, bitch, 20K ain't enough. 20,000 not enough. Fuck is you talking about? Shout out to Wendy for the $10 super chat. And thank you for sponsoring this live. As of right now, Wendy is the sponsor of this live. Thank you, Wendy. She said, I wrote that because of that if question. If he wasn't married to Minaj, would HOUGH sue? If. You know what I'm saying? If this, if that, you know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. She said, I hate that damn word. We talking about in actuality. We talking about reality. In reality, this man is married to Nicki Minaj. It don't matter what if he didn't, what if he, he is married to Nicki Minaj. And this is, quite honestly, the biggest star in the world. Kenny is nothing but a pookie. My. Are you saying she dickmatized? Let me find out. It got to be something for her to be going through all of these for that nigga. Okay? Period. Nick Q said she's suing because she's being harassed. She moved 5 to 8 times, had to move her children away from her. You have to know the whole story. Absolutely. And she also, after this happened, had to move away from her family as a child. So, she, her childhood was taken from her. A lot of things. You know what I'm saying? She was taken from her. Miss Ashley K said, if he wasn't married to Nicki, then harassing her wouldn't have happened. Harassment didn't start until he got with her. It's the motherfucking barbs. Them barbs need to have several motherfucking seats. Okay, so you need to get a motherfucking auditorium, a fucking stadium, and sit all the motherfucking barbs down and say, look, Weeja, y'all fucking up my life. Shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, damn, all of this because of the barbs. Like, the barbs be taking shit kind of far. Okay, yes, pay me for my pain. You know it's a thing, right? Y'all know that's a thing. It's something called pain and suffering. Yes. And I think she should be paid for her pain and suffering. KB says she deserves some money. I say at least $2 million, but she needs to change her identity to be safe afterwards. Absolutely. Some kind of witness protection services or something. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Okay, I know that's right. Shout out to my brother Roy in the motherfucking comments. I know that's right. Yes, pay her for her pain. Where am I at? Okay. No, because he wasn't harassing her until he got with Nicki. Okay, he said he was going to get that back. My. Okay, Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dan said she's being harassed, stalked, followed, threatened, child. I'd be like, show me the money. Period. The bars are slow and sick. I can't even take them serious. My. So I have the interview here from the Real with Jennifer HOUGH. Okay, and I feel like she was keeping it real. I feel like she was definitely keeping it real. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay? Here is the full interview here. Jennifer HOUGH on Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. I'm tired. She's tired of being afraid.
Filed against Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, a lawsuit accusing them of harassment and intimidation, among other charges. We believe that all women's voices have the right to be heard, which is why we invited her to come here today. Please welcome Jennifer HOUGH and her lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Jennifer and Tyrone. Jennifer, I know this is not an easy thing for you to do, so we're going to take our time. After being silent for so long, why are you here speaking up today?
I'm tired of being afraid. I feel like
Okay. Okay, let me find out I've been pronouncing her name wrong the whole time. Okay. It's Huff. Okay. my guru. Jennifer Huff. And
like the actions that were taken in regards to this whole situation have put me in a different type of fear at my age now, and it was wrong, and I don't want to be afraid anymore.
I know that's right, and she has a valid point. You know what I'm saying? She's a woman, okay, which is a protective class, and she's older, okay. So it's like at her age, being single, um, and this is a man, and this is a very powerful couple. I totally feel her and understand where she's coming from. If she wasn't feeling the type of way before, it developed. It definitely developed, especially after I realized that this man is married to one of the most powerful women on the planet.
So the only way not to be afraid is to continue to speak up.
Let's take it back to the beginning. What was your first interaction with Kenneth Petty?
It was September 16th of 94. It was a Friday morning. I was on my way to school, high school. I seen him at a bus stop. I didn't think anything of it other than, there goes Kenny.
My. Okay, so she was on her way to school. Like they normally do. I did get some more information about the bus system. I'm hearing it was a public school system, not like the yellow bus system. So it was like a public transportation type of thing. And Kenneth house was just 4 houses down from the bus station. Okay. That's what I've been told. So back to the story.
Across the street, and he asked me where I was going. I said I was going to school. I asked him where he was going. He said he was going to school too. I might have said something like, "Yeah, right." And I turned away from him.
And that triggered him. Yeah, right. That triggered his fucking crazy ass. That triggered him. Okay? Fuck is you talking about? Y'all seen what he did to his last baby mama? Beat her motherfucking ass because she tried to come in between him and Nicki Minaj. Yikes, but y'all ain't hear that shit from me. Okay? But y'all ain't hear that shit from me. And it leads me to believe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no wonder why Nicki Minaj is out here windmilling like that. Okay, she probably scared me. She could be next.
To look for, we had dollar vans back then. So I was looking for the bus or the dollar van. And before you know it, he was grabbing a hold of my jacket.
Jennifer, what happened after he grabbed you?
I felt something in my back. So I just assumed there was a gun.
My. So immediately after she like dissed him, these niggas be fucked up about woman turning them down. You know what I'm saying? He's like, where you going? You know what I'm saying? What's good? You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm going to school. He's like, yeah, me too. Let me walk with you or time. And she's like, yeah, right. Probably made him feel some type of way. She probably shot him down. Okay. And then he grabbed her up and put something into her side. And she felt like it was a gun.
And I started walking. And I'm pleading with him the whole way. I'm trying to understand what does he want. And we get in front of this house. It might have been maybe the second or third house from the corner. And he kind of reaches behind me with his foot to push the door open. And
So his house was like the second or third house from the corner where the bus stop was, okay? And he kicked the door open with his foot, which leads me to believe that he had conspired to do this. This was his plan, okay? If it wasn't Jennifer Huff, okay, it would have been some other unsuspecting little girl. He was waiting, and he probably did this to other girls, but maybe they were too afraid to speak out. Who knows? Who knows? But he definitely had a plan. And he followed the plan. He stood at the bus stop and waited for unsuspecting Jennifer Huff. And then he attacked her at gunpoint and made her walk back to his home. Door unlocked, door cracked. Okay. Had to be, because if he would take his hands off of her, she might have ran. You know what I'm saying? He had to have had both hands on her. So he used his foot to kick open the door. Once inside, door shut, he was able to take full advantage. My.
pushes me up the steps. We walk the steps. I'm crying because now I'm inside. We walk up the steps and I'm continuously pleading with him. I'm asking him, like, what do you want? Like, if you just want me to chill here with you, I will.
You know, she's pleading with him. She's like, you know, Kenny, I know you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? Just let me go. I mean, if you want me to stay here for a little bit, I'll stay, but I gotta go. Like, don't do anything stupid. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to talk him off the ledge.
And then he said I knew what he wanted.
And oop.
He pushed me down.
And oop.
On the bed. We wrestled for my clothes because all I could do was hold my pants like this, as tight as I can. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to like really fight. I just held on to my pants and he'd hold my arms down. And
yes, it was definitely premeditated. That's what I'm getting. What did you get from the door? What did you see? He kicked the door open. How did the door get open? He kicked the door was already open. It had to be cracked open or something for him to kick it and it open. Okay, moderators, I need you guys to be on your job. I see there's a lot of dusty bitches in the motherfucking comments. Make sure you get them dusty hoes up out of here, okay? And that's just on period. I don't know who kicking up dust on YouTube, but the official Kingpin will deal with it directly after this live. And that's just on period, because a pussy hole could always never back to the content.
he squeezed the sides of my stomach so hard. And so I'd let go, and as soon as I let go, he'd grab my pants. It was like a tug of war. After a while, I just got tired. I just felt maybe if he hurry up, you know, I could just hurry up and leave. After he got off top of me, he stood in the mirror and he beat his chest.
Crazy. This nigga crazy. This nigga crazy. After he did what he did, he stood in the mirror and beat his chest. This shit sound like a movie. This nigga crazy. and she was wondering, they from the hood, they from New York, they from the streets, she's like, she was like wondering, why she ain't fight back. They fighters. She blames herself. She's blaming herself. A lot of victims do that, but it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people buckle when they see true evil, when they look true evil in the eyes. You seen the demon in human form, and you was a little girl and you buckle. It's okay. What happened to you is not your fault.
And he said, I'm the man. I'm the man. And so I'm asking him, please let me go. I won't tell nobody. And he just was into the mirror. He just into himself. And he went to light a cigarette. And I thought maybe I seen a roll of toilet paper on the dresser. And I thought maybe if I liked a cigarette, I could get the match to set the toilet paper on fire. And it went out.
My. She was trying to set this man on fire. What happened?
Maybe I seen a roll of toilet paper on the dresser. And I thought maybe if I liked a cigarette, I could get the match to set the toilet paper on fire. And it went out. I squirted
distract him.
his contact lens cleaner in his face, and he was like, thank you for wiping my face. And he just washed the water. And at that time, I just seen this big plastic bottle, almost like the bleach bottle, sorry. And I just took it and swung it at him with all my might. And when he went to duck, I pushed him and he fell in between the beds, and I just ran. And I just kept running.
That was the fighter coming out of him, coming out of her, okay? After he had done what she did, she wanted to kill his ass, okay? And she tried, okay? She tried to set the place on fire. She tried to spray contact lens fluid in his eyes, okay? She tried to beat his motherfucking ass with a bleach bottle, okay? And eventually got him down on the floor and was able to escape.
And just kept running. And before I knew it, I was in front of my school. And security guard was asking me, like, where have you been, Jennifer? You're late. And I told them. And they called the police. And the police came and they put me in a van. And they asked me if I can show them the location of where this happened. I did. And I watched them bring him out in handcuffs. And then they took me to the hospital.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Now, Kenneth was arrested, but his family came and claimed that the two of you were in a relationship. Is any of that true?
No, we were never in a relationship, ever. We never had no type of romantic anything. We never talked on the phone. We never hung out together. I just knew him from the neighborhood.
And So then why is Nicki Minaj alleging that Kenneth Petty and Jennifer HOUGH were childhood lovers? I mean, what does this do for Nicki Minaj? If I was Nicki Minaj and I was this far in, I would just sit back and let things play themselves out. Whatever happens, I mean, this is Kenneth's truth. Okay? So, he has to live in it. So I wouldn't objectify myself to the same, you know what I'm saying, torment that he has to go through for his actions. And that's just on period.
At what point during the trial it was reported that you tried to recant your accusations? What happened?
Instead of me going home after that happened because I ran to school, I wasn't able to involve family members of what happened. The police had gotten involved right away. So they were pretty upset about the threats that, I better drop the charges. So the lady who raised me, she was much older. And to prevent fear from that house, I was forced to go up to the courthouse on his court date. I wasn't supposed to be there. They had me hiding on the steps. They, meaning my family.
My. They wanted her to drop it. Kenneth Petty was a little was even feared, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a hooligan. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers knew him from the streets, from being in the mess. Gang banging. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get what I'm trying to get at. He was a criminal, and people knew that. Her family was fearful that if she went through with this, that they would somehow retaliate. Even at his young age, even at 15, he was already in the streets. So much so that Jennifer Ho's family would not allow her to testify against Kenneth Petty.
Had me on the stairwell waiting for his court to come up. And it just so happened that the district attorney took the steps that day. And she seen me and she asked me, Jennifer, what are you doing here? And because my back was to my family, I was able to tell her that they were trying to force me to drop the charges. So when it came time for court, I believe the judge might have asked a question, and I stood up in court and I just blurted out, I want to drop the charges. I never said it didn't happen. I just said I want to drop the charges.
Period. For the ones in the back. She never said it didn't happen. She just said that she wanted to drop the charges out of fear for her family's safety. Even at 15, her family was scared that this young man and his people, his crew, his gang of hooligans would retaliate and harm their family. So they tried to drop the charges. But the DA had already had too much information. Okay? They already had his DNA from the rape kit. Okay? And they didn't need her to testify.
And the judge said, take it to the DA. And they told me to leave. District attorney told me I had nothing to worry about. And I went home. And shortly after that, I left the state of New York.
Now, Jennifer, I'm going to read because I don't want to make a mistake because this is an important story. Though Kenneth Petty first denied the rape charges, he was charged with first-degree rape, subsequently pleaded guilty to attempted rape, and spent over 4 years in prison, according to the inmate records. Did you feel that justice was served?
I don't think I thought about justice per se because
she was 16, 15. The fuck? Hell no. She didn't think about it. You have no real understanding, no real grasp of the justice system when you're 16 or 15 years old. I didn't understand what the justice system was until I had to go through it, until I got in trouble for the first time. Then I realized, bitch, I'm a black man in America. I can't be out here fucking up. Period. They want my black ass in jail. They do. Period. That's
I
just the
was still
real.
blaming myself. I thought it was something that I did or didn't do. So I don't think I thought about if I got justice. I just knew he did what he did and he went to jail, and I had to leave my family. I had to leave my home.
Period. She done suffered through so much. This woman is not no actress. She not crying on cue. These are her real emotions overflowing. She's still struggling with this 20 years later. This happened. And it's fucked up. Should she be paid for her pain and suffering? Come on, let's just call it. Because motherfuckers want to say she wants some money. Let's talk about the real. I don't give a fuck if she wants some money. She deserve it. If that's what she won't, give it to her. Does that make her less of a person? Does that make Kenneth's offense somehow less offensive? As if currency isn't somehow the number one form of compensation for pain or anything else. When motherfuckers sue, they want some money. And that's just on period. It costs money to even do so. I would hope that there's a bag at the end of this tunnel. And that's just on period. I'm praying there's a bag at the end of this tunnel for Jennifer Huff. I'm all here for spreading awareness. But I'm down for getting that bag too. And that's just on period. Especially when you deserve it.
And I had to move away. So, yeah, I never really gave it much thought.
How has this affected you emotionally over the years?
In so many ways. Hiding within myself, living and surviving through insecurities, using them to protect myself, thinking that if I don't look a certain way, I won't attract a certain type of attention. And I've been like that my whole life.
And that's fucked up because she's a very beautiful woman. She's a very beautiful woman, and feeling like she has to dress a certain way so that she doesn't attract, the wrong guy's attention. And, and just, feeling she has to carry herself in a certain way, kind of, almost like sheltering herself or, hiding who she really is. Or, she feel uncomfortable living in her full capacity because of what happened to her. And I feel bad for her. I do. I empathize with her.
Jennifer, let's move forward. When it was announced that Kenneth Petty was marrying Nicki Minaj, what was your first thought about that news?
I was so afraid of being found out. I was so afraid of being known as the person he violated. And I didn't want that. You know, it's Nicki Minaj. You know, I didn't.
Period. It's Nicki Minaj. It's Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, you signed up for this. You signed up for this. You signed up for this. And all that man baggage. And you, somebody that already knew this man. You already knew this man. You knew this man. You had some inclination of his violent past. But you gonna stand by your man. Grew it. This was standing by a fool get you. This was standing by a fool get you. What was that song? Do I, do I, do I, do I, do I, do I? Why do fools fall in love? Okay, on period. Why do fools fall in love? Foolish. That's what it's giving me. For the D. That's what it's giving me.
I didn't want that to reflect on my children.
Nicki addressed fans who brought up Kenneth's attempted rape conviction by replying to them on social media, saying he was 15, she was 16 in a relationship. What are your thoughts about that?
It was like reliving it again because it was a lie. It wasn't true. We both were 16. We were never in a relationship. I just felt woman to woman. I was wrong of her because I don't know you and you don't know me to know that that statement you put out to the world to be true. You have 150 something million followers on.
Period. 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 And Tasha K should be sued next. Sue Tasha K, dusty, raggedy, musty, crusty, fucking granola head ass. Sue her motherfucking ass next. Okay, she probably ain't got no motherfucking money left. Okay, probably won't even be motherfucking worth it after Cardi B get done with her motherfucking ass. But I feel like her motherfucking raggedy ass should be sued too. It's these bandwagon ass bitches. Tasha K want credit for everything. Everything. Now she trying to discredit Jen and her story as if Jennifer is not the victim in the situation. I'm not here for this victim shaming shit. That shit ain't right. Especially for somebody like Tasha K, always preaching women empowerment. Always talking about building the black woman up. Someone who's a victim herself, who's been victimized herself, allegedly. To come for Jennifer Huff so hard for sharing her truth. How do you know? She did the same thing to Jag. Absolutely. How do you know? Now she's calling Jennifer out for contradictions in her story. Now she's calling Jennifer out for contradictions in her story. Bitch, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Shit, maybe she had a case of selective motherfucking disclosure. And she only wanted to disclose certain things in certain places at certain times. I don't fucking know. What I do know if Kenneth did this fucking shit. Why do motherfuckers do that? Start windmilling for guilty motherfuckers. Let that nigga defend himself.
They all believed it. It hurt coming from another woman. I mean, just the girl thing, you know?
We reached out to Kenneth Petty's lawyer and representatives from Nicki Minaj, who did not immediately respond to requests for comment. We're still here talking with Jennifer HOUGH, who is currently involved in a lawsuit with Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty. She is joined by her lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Now, Jennifer, in 2020, Kenneth Petty was arrested for failing to register as a sex offender. In violation of the plea deal he accepted for attempted rape in 1994. Now, did you feel that he wasn't taking responsibility? He wasn't taking his punishment seriously?
I didn't initially think that way. I think it was more about why wouldn't he want to protect the person who he's with? You know, more so like you've been registering for 20 something years. Why would you wait till now?
Exactly. He don't give a fuck about Nicki motherfucking Minaj. It's all about the bag. He in the bag now. He trying to live his best life. Okay. If he go back to jail, Nicki Minaj gonna make sure he's taken care of. Okay. If that even happened, these motherfuckers with money always find a loophole, always find a fucking way out, always got a Tasha K in the fucking bag, okay, to go and push fucking false narratives and to make up shit to kill and destroy, to deceive the world. Motherfuckers got snakes in their pocket. And the snake is Tasha K.
Not to do so. I just, and then I thought more so that it was going to open up a can of worms for me and my family.
Well, we reached out to Kenneth Petty's lawyer and representatives for Nicki Minaj, who did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Tyrone, will you please lay out just for us what is in the lawsuit?
Let's just be clear. We would not be here but for the actions of Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj.
And
the lawsuit deals with two things. First, it deals with the crime of 1994 when Kenneth Petty raped Jennifer. And it also deals with the actions of 2020 when Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty decided to send their associates to Jennifer and harass her for a 7-month span to get her to recant her story.
And Nicki Minaj and Kenneth sent their associates to harass this woman for over 7 months to try and get her to recant her story. What did this harassment include? Does anybody know? What do they mean when he says send? And how many people was it? My. Yes, I do pray that she's somewhere safe. Okay. Yeah, that's probably why Kenneth didn't register. Period. Hopefully they got a tag or on his ass or something. one of those motherfucking bracelets that they put on their foot. What is them things called? Them GPS monitors. They need a GPS monitor on that motherfucker. Shit. Shit. He's suing the state of New York. Girl, please. He lost. And that's what's so ignorant when people say this happened so long ago. Why is she coming out now? Because she's being harassed. Because she's still hurting. Because she's still in pain. Because it's relevant now. It's all over TV. It's all over the news. She didn't even want people to know. But the Barbs, they found her. And they dragged her from the bushes. The Barbs did this. Calling her, contacting her family members, threatening her, all of that. Because they need to get an ankle bracelet or ankle monitor for Kenneth's motherfucking ass, okay? Oh, yeah, I heard it was a goon. They sent Nicki mentioned him on Queen Radio. I forgot the dude name, though. My. Nicki on Queen Radio self-incriminating herself. I mean, why is she doing this? Don't she got a newborn baby she would want to stay out of jail for? That's going to be all over the internet, okay? Nicki Minaj in jail harassing Jennifer Huff. Oh, girl, the motherfucking hate mail that Jennifer Huff going to get. Yeah, she definitely going to have to get a lot of money and change her name. Possibly change countries, okay? If she took the money and recant, they would have threw her in jail. The only reason why is because he caught the charge. My. They should put a chip in him. Okay. Jen knew the guy they sent by his name. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I think it's in a clip. We'll see later. Exactly. They doxing other people with her name right now. My. Gangsta Goon, that's his name. I guess his name is Gangs. My. Then had a baby he wanted it lifted because they locked him up for not registering. Yeah, and like Jen said, she felt like, obviously he doesn't care too much about Nicki Minaj if he waited until they got married to stop registering. You've been registering for 20 some odd years. Why would you stop registering now? It's weird.
From 1994 in order to get him off of the sex offender registry. So the lawsuit deals with harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, sexual assault.
Jennifer, what kind of harassment do you allege that you faced?
There was
What's the lawyer's page? What's the lawyer's page? You said look on his what? Look on his what? Look on his page. He has a video showing the threats and the gun. Where's this? Where's this? Tell me where his page is at. Put it in the comments, okay?
was an associate of Kenneth and Nicki Minaj, who came to the state that I was living at. I've been harassed by people calling family members that I haven't even spoken to or seen in quite a while, offering money, phone calls from different people in regards to this supposed letter that I written. People approaching my daughter. People approached her in a club and asked her about Kenneth Petty, and she wasn't even born at the time that this happened. So yeah, it's been pretty awful.
My. They contacted her kids and everything, and the kids had no idea or clue. Wasn't even born. Crazy. That's harassment. Period. The daughter should be compensated too. Hopefully, this hasn't caused her daughter to look at her mother any type of way, any differently. Because it takes a very courageous, strong, and brave woman to do what Jennifer Huff is doing. And that's just on period.
Jennifer, have you ever spoken to Nicki directly?
I did in March of 2020. She called me and she said that she got word that I was.
And we getting all the trolls in the comments tonight. Moderators, have your wrenches out, okay? Yes. Dust from everywhere. Dust from everywhere. It must be the fucking barbs. It must be the fucking barbs, Beach. We not scared of you. We not scared of you.
Willing to help them out in this situation. I didn't understand what she was referring to. She offered to fly me and my family to LA. I turned it down, and I told her, woman to woman, this really happened. And I hadn't spoken to her since.
Now, you allege that Nicki and Kenneth were harassing you. In what way?
What's all about the trees and them coming over here for? What's going on? What happened? What happened? They coming over here to take over my life? What happened? What's going on, Nicki? Hey, all about the trees. Hey, friend.
With them sending people to negotiate numbers as far as money is concerned with family members. And Nicki is the one who personally reached out to me. She's, in regards to helping them in this situation. And then the threats that I received because I kept saying no to every offer, to every suggestion. The last incident was when one of their associates put $20,000 on my lap, and I still kept saying no. The last message I received was that I should have taken the money because they're going to use that money to put on my head.
And not 20K or death. Not 20K or death. Take the money or die. Y'all put a 1 in the comments if y'all think that this happened. Put a 2 in the comments if y'all think this did not happen. Okay, because there's a lot of controversy over this right here. Okay, some people are saying that this did not happen. Tasha K is alleging that this did not happen. Tasha K is alleging that Jennifer Hough is lying. Okay. I have the receipts. We're going to be reviewing them in just a moment. But yeah, Tasha K is challenging Jennifer Hough's claims. And, I personally just think that that's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's trash. And it's exactly the reason why so many women of color feel like they can't speak out when things like this happen. Why so many people of color feel unprotected when things like this happen. So everybody's putting 1 in the comments. Well, everybody's dropping 1s. They say, I know it happened. I know what happened. Her story has never changed. It's possible, but we just don't know. Vanderveer said, I inboxed you the video on IG. What video? Okay, I'm going to the IG. Elizabeth, you are correct. How could anyone protect those two? All About the Trees said, I've seen the receipts. Period. We about to go ahead and pull All About the Trees up. Okay, on period. We just about to round out this interview because it's almost over. Then I'm gonna get All About the Trees on stage and we're gonna talk about it. Yes, and we're gonna review the Tasha K receipts. Are you ready for this? All About the Trees. Period.
And then I just cut off everything, changed my numbers. I moved multiple times, relocated away from my children because I didn't want anything to come back and affect them. So I've kind of been in fear for the last year.
This associate that she's referring to, this is the same guy who recently posted an Instagram video threatening to either kill or to do bodily harm to Jennifer. And this post came literally 6 days after Kenneth Petty accepted a plea deal here in California for failing to register as a sex offender. This is the same guy that showed up at Jennifer's house with the $20,000 and put it on her lap with a pre-written recantment statement that he tried to force her to sign on behalf of Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. This is the same associate that that sent Jennifer a text message from Kenneth Petty with Nicki Minaj's phone number, informing her that this is the number that you will receive a call from. And that number is the one that called her.
What are you guys wanting to come from this lawsuit?
To let them know that they were wrong. And you can't do this to people. You shouldn't do this to people. He did something a long time ago, and he had consequences that he was supposed to stick with. What they did to me and my family wasn't okay. It wasn't right. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what your status is. You can't intimidate people to make things go better for you. And that's what they did. And I want my daughters to know that as they grow, as they experience life, as they come in contact with friends, family, strangers, or whatever, that they'll have the strength to know that they have a voice and they should use it. And don't ever let anybody try to silence them.
What do you want to say to people who don't believe you?
They have the right to their opinions. They have the right to their thoughts. But you don't get to attack people because you don't believe. And you don't get to paint a picture of this narrative that they put out. I'm a white girl who falsely accused a black boy. You don't get to do that. It doesn't matter what race you are. You should be able to speak up and not have people intimidate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with Jennifer Huff 100%. Okay, 100%. Let me go ahead and take this down. Okay. And pull the baddest bitch back up. Yes. Yes. What's good, everybody? It's the Fisher King Pain. It's the home of the lituation where it's always lit. Let me go ahead and start by saying, hey, Tasha K. Hey, Dusty B. I see you in the comments being dusty, girl, with your dusty ass. I see you in the comments being dusty with your dusty ass. I know that's you from your troll account. Gotta yes. Watch it, Beej. Watch it. Because I have my moderators escort your dusty ass the fuck up out of here. And that's just on period. A pussy hole could never. The pussy hole could never. You won't come over here talking shit behind a troll account, Beach. If you got something to say, Tasha, Transrena, Beach, the official King Pain is here. So I'm getting ready to drop the link, okay? Because I'm gonna bring my girl all about the trees up. And if Tasha K feel bold enough to click this motherfucking link, okay, then click the motherfucking link. And that's just on period. If she could remove her lips from Nicki Minaj's ass long enough, period. Because Nicki Minaj don't even feature you, honey. Did you forget? Did you forget? Nicki, did you forget? Nicki Minaj doesn't even feature you, honey. Nicki Minaj doesn't even feature you, honey. Did you forget what you said? Did you forget what you said? While we waiting for all about the trees, let me remind y'all. Okay, let me remind you, Tasha K, what you said. Let me remind you of what was said, okay? These is the audio receipts that I sent to Nicki Minaj, okay? These are the audio receipts that I sent to Nicki Minaj. Okay. Um yeah, I don't see all about the trees in the back yet. So okay, yeah, there's somebody else back here, but I don't know who that is. Is that supposed to be Tasha K? Yeah, you're gonna have to turn on the live or something, okay? Because you're not gonna make it up onto my live from no black back there. I'm not talking to you all about the trees. I'm talking about whoever this is in the back playing on my live stream. Okay, Tasha Transrena Kiwi. Yes, turn on the lights. Bija, Bija. I need to call your father, Lil Boosie K. Remember when you said this, Tasha K? So this is the audio that I sent to Nicki Minaj, which got her booted from Queen Radio.
So yes, this is important. So listen. So yes, this is important. This is not about bad publicity or good publicity. This has to do with Nicki Minaj's reputation. And if you have a reputation linked to pedophiles, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you at all. So listen.
So why is it that Tasha K is caping for Nicki Minaj all of a sudden? Somebody said, I thought you got rid of her, Fisher King fan. I thought I did too. Hey, all about the trees, how are you?
Hey, boo. Close to spectacular.
Period. So what's going on? I hear that you have some insight on the whole Jennifer HOUGH suing Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty's case.
Yes. Well, I had a great opportunity to go on a really big platform. Have you heard of the lead attorney?
Yes.
Yes. Tasha K was losing her mind out in these YouTube streets about the lead attorney's professional opinion in regards to her pending indictments with the federal government. And so she lost her mind and took to the backup channel and, cursed him out and said some very nasty things about him. Well, I went on that platform and I got the opportunity to defend Jen, okay, and against Black Tea Blog, which has Black Tea Blog has been saying some very slanderous things about Jen since she has came out and told her story. And so my points were made in regards to the defamation at Black Tea Blog, who is also a bard, right? And along with Tasha K, they actually teamed up and they have the same propaganda, which is trying to defame Jen, trying to make her appear to be discreditable because of the footage and the clips in which they selectively show Jen saying certain things that appears to be contradictory, but is not, in fact, if those clips are viewed within context and in chronological order. Everyone can see that Jen never changed her story and that she maintained the same thing. Now, a lot of people are caught up on this direct or indirect threat by Nicki Minaj. And as I stated previously, Jen was not aware that according to law, a direct threat can even mean a phone call by an associate of the person who has offended her in the past, which is Kenneth Petty. A phone call of anybody connected to him is a perceived direct threat under law.
My, my, my.
Yeah,
I'm over here reviewing tea, girl. And you're absolutely right. You're
right.
absolutely right.
And also, Jen, she told her story very well. And typically, I tried to stay away, you know, from, talking about it because it's in litigation, it's in legal litigation. And in no way am I speaking for Jen, but I'm speaking for what I have been privy to. I interviewed her on my channel about her childhood, right? So that people can see her as a person and not just someone who is trying to come after Nicki Minaj, but just to see her as a person and get a view of her character, right? Because even when she came out in the beginning on what is it, Daytime Tea Times channel, she never said anything to besmirch Nicki Minaj. She just wanted to get her story out there so that they can leave her alone. She didn't want anything from Nicki, and she said that time and time again. But after a whole year of pleading and begging with these people just to leave her alone, despite the fact of, Nicki Minaj involving herself, inserting herself, because a lot of the Barbs want to say, well, Nicki doesn't have nothing to do with this. She's coming after Nicki. But yes, she does have something to do with this. The moment that she decided to take to her platforms, the moment she decided to, state her case in the comments of the Shade Room and other places, she did, in fact, involve herself. And so Jen not only had to combat being constantly accosted by associates of Nicki Minaj allegedly, but also she then had to deal with the public media scrutiny and the Barbs trying to find out her identity, which they're now doxing people that have the name Jennifer Huff. And Nicki has been on a liking spree on Twitter.
Mm.
She's been on a liking spree, though she said she was taking a sabbatical and we weren't going to see her none this year. She has been on a liking spree, uh, in my opinion, condoning this type of behavior from the Barbs. She's not, making any public announcements saying, leave that girl alone, whatever, we'll fight this out in court. But she's liking, this stuff. So it just reiterates that Nicki Minaj is again involving herself and inciting her fan base to further intimidate and harass Jen. Okay, this speaks to her character, along with the fact that Karen Civil came out and said that she does a lot of dirty work on the behalf of Nicki Minaj. Okay, so we're not talking about a shrinking violet who is not about that life. We're talking about a person who named themselves Queen Sleaze on her Twitter. Okay, so she prides herself in these underhanded, divisive uh, tactics to intimidate and push her weight around. Okay, and
Absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
no, and I've seen the receipts of Nicki Minaj's contact card, okay, being sent to Jen to expect a phone call. The U.S. Marshals, the Daily Beast, and other media outlets have already vetted this information because a lot of blogs and a lot of content creators are down the rabbit hole, and I'm just going to say it because I come dead aim with the infrared. I'm gonna call you out because what you're putting out, okay, with your investigative skills being as advanced as they are, I would expect more from you than to keep questioning things that are already out there. Hotshot Radio has the receipts, okay? It's not that deeply hidden for you not to have made yourself aware of the facts. Yes, these things happen. Yes, these events and the receipts were vetted by major news outlets. Okay, the New York Times interviewed Jen. Okay, so this is not something that's trivial or frivolous or basically unfounded. These things, major news outlets like the New York Times would not have her story out there, right? If they did not vet that information.
Absolutely. And then, Tasha K just looks foolish trying to discredit Jen with the evidence that she has. It's very circumstantial. It's a 5-second clip. And what is he saying in the clip? Like she's not
She's not
like
proving anything.
anything. Like I'm saying, you're not proving anything. Like
Anything. It falls flat. It falls flat, just like her marriage to
and
that.
no.
So yeah, it falls flat. And so we all know that Tasha K is vying for the attention and for the approval of Nicki Minaj, right? We all know that she has yard dogs out here that's fighting the good fight in the social media front because Nicki Minaj cannot come off her throne and address these issues herself because then she would be showing her hand way too much. So she enlists these fans, these barbs, and the content creators that have no integrity and that can be bought, okay, for little to nothing. These content creators can be bought for a mere verifiable badge,
And
even.
no.
Okay, because we all know that Tasha K wasn't verified previously to her association with Nicki Minaj. She wasn't verified at 100K. She wasn't even verified at 900K. She only became verified after her association with Nicki Minaj, and I'm just putting that out there.
Word on the street is that she had a little help from Karen Civil.
Well,
That's what I heard.
we all know that Karen Civil tea was hot, hot, hot. Okay, hot to the point where she came out and said that she was pulling strings for Nicki Minaj. Okay, and I don't even think that Nicki was prepared for that to even come out because she throws stones behind the scenes and hides her hands. So
You know
this
what's
is.
so crazy about the
Mhm.
Karen Civil tea? Is that right before the story broke? I met Karen Civil like the day before all of this like hit
I
the internet.
saw, I saw, I saw.
I was like,
Yes,
she was gonna
honey.
get me. She was gonna get me.
Yes.
No.
Congratulations to you because you are bumping elbows with the big dogs.
Okay. Look at God showing out. It's all God. It's all God. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So I wanted to address this Twitter response from Tasha K really quick. She took to Twitter earlier and she said the internet talking about something that happened 30 years ago. The nigga served his time. I support Nicki on this. If something new comes out, we will be back dragging her by the roots. Best believe until then, I'm not digging up 30-year-old case. 30-year-old closed case. See y'all Friday. Is it a closed case?
Absolutely not. It's not. But see, the narrative that she would like people to believe is that Jen is harping on her assault, right? That's the narrative that they're putting out there. They're trying to say that Jen is basically trying to sue Nicki Minaj for an assault that happened 20 years ago. But no, oh no, Jen is suing them because for over a year, she has been trying to beg and plead for them to leave her alone. But instead, they did not leave her alone. They doubled down and they have threatened her, her children, and, have involved her family even to, take some money in order for her to recant her story, in order for Kenneth Petty not to register as an offender. Okay. So it's more so Nicki Minaj trying to, not have her address published, right? on public record, because Kenneth Petty would have to register her address. He lives with her. So it would only make sense if they get Jen to write this letter, then he wouldn't have to register, and maybe he can get his conviction overturned if they say she lied.
My. So all of this is in efforts to try to get her to recant her story. Um, so it looks like Tasha K is joining forces with Nicki Minaj, or trying to join forces with Nicki Minaj, because she posted this.
But or like a lawyer or something, you need to tell what to write. But
So and then she posted, she has a message. There was a message that says, and she said something about there's more. You know what I'm saying? There's more where that came from. Like, you don't want to know where I got that receipt from, because there's more.
First of all, she's acting like she has some exclusive tea, and let's just say that it's not exclusive, because the Black himself, the same man who just recently threatened Jen when he thought that the case was over, when Kenneth Petty took the plea for not registering as an offender, right? That guy, Black, published that recording of Jen speaking to him when he came to offer her money, which reinforces Jen's story. Her dumbass, Tasha K, being the bird brain that she is, okay? First, it's just confirming. It's just confirming Jen's story that guy Black came on the behalf of Nicki Minaj to offer her money to recant her story. And she was just repeating what he was trying to explain to her. So she's saying, first of all, why are you here? Because nobody knew where she lived. She didn't see that man in years. Since she was a teenager, she'd been left New York. This guy Black shows up at her house saying some stuff. So what she's doing, she's repeating back to him what he just said to her about, okay, look, I got this lawyer. All you got to do is write this letter. I'm going to give you this money and blah, 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 whatever would have you. So that's not saying anything. If anything, that's just proving her case, that they're trying to coerce her and intimidate her to write a letter. That's proving her case. So Tasha K is only doing that so that, giving the Barb some more ammunition to come at Jen.
Well, she's trying to get back into Nicki Minaj's good graces. That's what she's trying to do.
Absolutely.
That's what she's trying to do. She want Nicki Minaj to bring on Queen Radio. Nicki Minaj give her a shout out or something. Push her to that 1 million subscriber mark. It's all for clicks and views.
Absolutely.
Tasha K is a sellout. Tasha K will do anything for that almighty dollar. Okay, she's a woman of no integrity.
Absolutely, especially the way that she victim shamed. For her to be, and that's why, I had a past relationship with her, is because how she was giving the R. Kelly victims a platform and telling their story. But honestly, in my opinion, the prey has become the predator in her situation.
At this time, I'd like to give a special shout out to the Sean Davy Way Show. Thank you so much for the super chat. Make sure you guys follow Sean Davy Way as well, because he keep it lit over there, just like the official campaign. That's just over here.
Yes.
Yeah. So back to All About the Trees. I'm sorry.
I need to say this because I made a public announcement on my channel, and I need to publicly commend him for him arming himself with the facts and his commentary, and how he, to me, he did his due diligence. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But he did his due diligence, because at one time, the perception was something different. But I appreciate what he did the other night.
And who are you talking about, Sean?
Yeah, Sean. I appreciate what he did the other night.
I know that's right. Shout out to the Sean Davy Way Show once again. Okay. Yays. Shout out to my friend. He's a real one, okay? And real recognized, real. That's why we all here today. That's why we all in the chat, okay?
Yeah.
Period. Shout out to the Two Real crew. Okay.
Absolutely. What you see is what you get, and that's what I'm talking about with Tasha K. And her integrity is completely shot. We all know she's a shameless liar. We all know that she'll do anything for a click and a view. She makes a lie go viral in her own words. But to me, her being a victim and a survivor of abuse herself, for her to go so hard and to have sympathy, since when is it okay to sympathize with a predator? Since when is it okay? Oh, I know when it's okay. When it involves your favorite rapper. That's when you sympathize with a predator. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Because before she was saying how Nicki Minaj was so dumb and she was marring her brand by being associated with this person. Before Nicki Minaj had that baby, she was saying, "Oh, why would you want to marry this man? He's not going to be able to go to any of the school events. He's not going to be able to go to the soccer game or to the school." Oh, she went on and on and on. But now she's feeling sorry. Oh my God, he was a disenfranchised black man who didn't have any legal representation. Well, guess what? The R kid doesn't lie. She had signs of traumatic interaction that was unwanted by her. And we all know that he was dealing with Nicki. He got out of jail when he was 20 something years old. Nicki Minaj was 14. So it's not far fetched. He's the bus stop bully. Okay. That's where he was preying on young girls. Like Nicki Minaj said on Queen Radio. Oh, I was at the bus stop and he was sweating me. Well, he sweated Jen. He sweated Jen to the point of assaulting her.
My. Yeah, and from the story, it sounds like it was premeditated.
Absolutely. And I
Um,
agree.
absolutely. So, you got to interview Jen?
Absolutely. On my channel, I interviewed her at length about her childhood growing up in the house where Sunday Grayson claimed that she lived, but she did not. Sunday Grayson was interviewed by the Black Tea blog and said that Jen was lying and that Kenneth Petty was her boyfriend and all of these other lies, right? And also, Tasha K talked about that letter. She said that she had the letter. She got the receipts that Jen wrote a letter and it's a part of court records. No, it is not. This letter that I also called Black Tea blog out on the lead attorneys panel, I said, produce the letter. Okay. Because if that letter is a recantation from Jen, then why did he still plead guilty? If you said that she wrote this letter, if you said she recanted her statement, and Nicki Minaj also spoke about a letter. If this letter is true, if it exists, then it will be a part of court record. And Tasha K said that she had it and that she would post it. She never reposted because the letter does not exist. Jen did not write a letter to that judge recanting her story.
My.
But everybody's talking about this letter, right? And if that were true, why did Kenneth Petty still get convicted of that assault if she recanted?
Do you think that Kenneth Petty should be forgiven? Do you think that he served his time? He served his time. How do you feel as far as Kenneth Petty has served his time? What do you think should come of this? Like, should he just go back to registering and move on, or like, do you
Okay.
think that he should be penalized further for not registering?
He absolutely should be crucified. He should be crucified, fried, dyed, and laid to the side and put in somebody's chair
And
because
no.
he's still a menace to society. Did he rehabilitate himself after being convicted of such a harsh, heinous crime? Did he rehabilitate in any way? Did he go on and get his GED and go enlist and get a trade? No, what he did was continue to wreak havoc on our community. What he did was continuously terrorize our communities
Well, he
by
did
committing.
marry Nicki Minaj. That's like the American dream right there.
Well, I mean, when the bar is not held at high, I mean, come on. It's
I'm just
low
saying,
hang.
like a lot of people, especially these women these days, they want to go out and they want to meet a man who gonna take care of them.
And how is he
And there's a lot
taking?
of men out there that want to be housewives too. So I mean,
Okay, well,
Kenneth Petty, he went
well,
out and found him a trophy wife.
okay, and I commend him for that. He's the ultimate gigolo. I mean, for him to have a rap sheet longer than a city block, and for him to bag Nicki Minaj, but she doesn't set the bar that high. I mean, come on. She had Safari for how many years?
My.
She doesn't set the bar that high. And
And then
she's
to me, I feel like, for somebody like Nicki Minaj, and I feel like she has some kind of inclination to the type of person that he is. Like you would think that you would have like these people that are around you vetted, get background checks. Somebody is looking into something, like you knew something about this man before you laid in bed with him,
let
before
me
you
tell
had a baby by him.
she knew
Definitely.
exactly who he was and what he was. She took pride in that. That's why she named herself Queen Sleaze or Mrs. Sleaze, because she knew she was married to a sleaze ball.
And ooh,
And she scraped the bottom of the barrel with him, because it's not like this person is an upstanding citizen. Okay, we all love bad boys. Who don't love a bad boy? Who don't love a bad boy? But at the same time, she was in a race against them eggs not hatching. Okay, mind you, Meek Mill had a baby, Cardi B had a baby, Remy Ma had a baby.
Remy Ma had a baby.
Okay, and she wasn't even supposed to have a baby. She had a baby after being told she was infertile or whatever. She couldn't carry a
Hmm.
baby. She had a baby, so she was in a race against time. Okay, and in her mind, and let me tell you some exclusive tea, honey. Now, I get my waxes done at the dollhouse here in Philly. And so my anesthetician, she is good friends. Well, Ellen DeGeneres and her mother are very good friends. So she got the inside track. And all of the servers at Del Frisco, when she was dating Meek Mill, honey, was telling her, because her girlfriend is one of the servers. When she came there with Meek Mill, she do not allow any women servers to service her ever in a restaurant.
What? Nicki Minaj?
Allegedly, Nicki Minaj. That's how self-conscious and insecure she is. Every time they went to
My.
Del Frisco when they was in Philly, because we already know she was dating Meek Mill for a minute, she never
Hmm.
allowed women service. So this speaks to how self-conscious she is. Even though she's beautiful, even though she's very talented, she's very self-conscious. That's why she responded to that comment in the shade room with that girl saying what she said about Jen. And she liked and responded to that comment, saying that her and Kenneth Petty were both 16 years old and that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Nikki put that narrative out there. So yes, she
Hmm.
inserted herself.
And then to me, that in itself is harassment and intimidation. Like even what Tasha K is doing is intimidation. You guys have these massive platforms, and then you're pushing these false narratives.
Absolutely.
With this stuff that they're putting out is not true. And and for people with like them, they have these big platforms. Like their followers believe it. Like
Absolutely.
the things they say become truth if when once enough people believe it, once they put it out there, all of these people are
Yes. Because
they're
why
like,
else would she jeopardize, her status saying a lie? I mean, she came out and said, Tasha K even said, that's not the victim. I spoke to such and such directly. My sources say that victim is clout chasing and that the real victim don't want any part of this. Tasha K came out on her platform and said it. Did she apologize after being, knowing that she was wrong? No, she did not. No, she did not. They would like to push these narratives unapologetically towards Jen. Nicki Minaj knew that Jen wasn't a white woman, but yet she took to Queen Radio and said, but white is right,
mm-hmm,
alluding to the fact
definitely.
that he was, he was bamboozled because a white girl said that he raped her. I'm sorry.
They were on campaign. They were on
Absolutely.
campaign to discredit Jen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's been their
Absolutely.
whole goal this whole time, to discredit Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to make people think that she's lying,
And I
so
also
that
would like to tell people, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but my phone about to die. Listen, I also would like to tell people that it is evidence that Nicki Minaj herself called Jen. Okay. I seen the receipts, the contact card that was sent to Jen. It said wifey. The U.S. Marshals, the Daily Beast, and other media outlets confirmed with their own investigators that that was Nicki Minaj's phone number at the time that that message was given to Jen. Expect a phone call from this number. The contact card said wifey. Who other than Zoo would have Nicki Minaj's number saved under wifey?
And
So don't tell me that Nicki Minaj didn't know and that these people were acting on their own volition when, in fact, who would have Nicki Minaj's number saved under wifey?
and who? Her husband?
Absolutely. Only a husband.
Ooh, I got that first try.
Yes. Yes.
My.
So I thank you, official Kingpin. I love you. I love
One
your
more question
platform.
before you go.
Yes.
I love you too. Somebody said they feel like sexual crimes like this should never be forgiven. How do you feel about murderers, and why do you think that there's no registry for them?
Well,
Because they get released sometimes too.
yeah, murderers do get released, but I think with sexual predators are more of a threat than a murderer. Because unless you're a serial killer, you're not just going to go and just keep murdering. I mean, unless you're Zoo, because, we all know his rap sheet is extensive, in my opinion. But I'm just saying, predators oftentimes seek and there is no cure. You can castrate them and they still offend. They need to violate and they violate the vulnerable. So, yeah, we do need to be aware of the predators because the predators are more likely to offend and reoffend than a murderer, unless you're a serial killer.
And before you go, I feel like that is kind of overshadowed too. The Jen situation kind of overshadows the fact that Kenneth has murdered someone as well.
Absolutely. So that's why I say that he has not, he shouldn't be forgiven. And because he has been a menace to society since then, he went on to murder and do other things that's associated with gang activity, allegedly. And that's why this investigation with the U.S. Marshals has not come to a conclusion because I think they're trying to get him for other things that's associated with his gang affiliation. And Nicki Minaj had no problem with that because she has known gang members being pictured with known gang members throwing up gang signs in her pictures. So she has no problem with that. So, yeah, she again inserted herself, brought the value of her coochie down immensely.
Okay, yeah, because she thought it was cool. She thought, being with this dangerous man was sexy, it was attractive, a good girl with a bad guy. So,
Yes.
she was into it. Like she was into it. And then I guess at some point she discovered she was too far in and she's like, I'm gonna stand by my man.
Yes, absolutely. And because she is who she is. Now, why do you think that he didn't register after all of these years of registering, right? And all of a sudden he gets with her and he doesn't register. Do you think that he did that on his own? Or did she say, nigga, you bet not, because I don't want nobody to know that my address is this and that. It's going to become public record once you register, correct? So who
Absolutely.
else would her? She's behind it, in my opinion. She's behind all of this. She thought that her star power could buy Jen's silence. But all you had to do was just register, and all of this would not have come to pass.
Period. She don't know that he could have just registered at his auntie house. Niggas been doing that shit for years. Okay,
Yes.
registering at their auntie house and going to their girl house.
Yes.
Period. All you got to do is be
Yes.
there when they come to check you. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ah!
And if he wasn't guilty, as they say that he wasn't guilty because he didn't have the money or a lawyer, well, after he married Nicki Minaj, a superstar, a millionaire, right? That would have been the time to appeal or to petition the court to say, hey, I didn't have the money now, but now I have the money. Let's look into overturning this conviction. Did he do that? No.
No.
Instead, in hindsight, he's now suing the state of New York, right, for saying that he could have appealed his lifetime registry. Now you're suing. Now you're suing. But you should have did it then before you harassed Jen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and I don't I think it was in an effort to try to get the conviction overturned, but you're right, there is a way to go about it. See, something that you guys gonna figure out about me, I like to play devil advocate sometimes. So I'll be putting myself in everybody's shoes, like, well, what about this? But I feel like, how else were they going to get the conviction overturned without Jen? Somebody had to reach out to her. Somebody had to talk to her to get her to change her mind. Was it the right thing to do? No, especially
And it
since
makes Jen's claims all the more reason valid. You understand? Because why would Jen, just all of a sudden just come out and start all of this havoc for no reason? She was being contacted, and that's why she came out after 20 years. All of a sudden, and mind you, Nicki Minaj and Kenneth were together for months upon months until he got arrested. That's when Jen spoke out because they began contacting her.
My. Do
She
you
could have
think it's
spoke out. She
do you
could have
think it's
spoke out when
wrong?
they first got together.
Do you think it's wrong that Jennifer, if well, people are alleging that she wants money. Do you think it's wrong that she wants money if she does?
At this point, yeah, she does want money, and I don't think it's wrong. You know why? Because for a whole year, she gave them an opportunity. She said, because people asked her, daytime, tea time, what do you want? What do you want to come out of this? I just want to be left alone. For a whole year, she begged and pleaded. I don't want nothing from Nicki. I don't want nothing from Kenny. I just want to be left alone. That didn't happen. Nicki doubled down and went to Queen Radio after that. Okay? That didn't
My.
happen. That didn't happen. And when she kept rejecting their offers, the last offer said, well, that money that we offered you is now going to be put on your head. They approached her daughter, okay, in a club, coming after her children. She had to leave her children so that they would not be targeted. Leave her job. Move all of these times. So I think that at this point, the only way you're going to hear me, the only way you're going to leave me the F alone is if I tap them pockets.
Period. And I think
Period.
that having the finances is also a form of power. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not financially equipped right now, and she feels it is a little intimidating for someone like Nicki Minaj to have so much money and to have people, these fans, the barbs, who are, doxing this woman, putting out her address,
Absolutely,
calling her a liar, trying to force her to recant. So it's a lot.
Absolutely. F you pay me now. Now you're going to hear me. Now you're going to hear me. And if Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty were not feeling some type of guilt, then why were they dodging them servers left and right?
I heard that she didn't go to the Met Gala because she was scared she was going to get saved.
Absolutely. How about that? And the VMAs, because the service was there too, honey. They was there waiting, honey. They was there waiting. So this is how she chose. Nicki Minaj chose him. Nobody else did. So that's on her. She scraped the bottom of the barrel, and she gets whatever she gets for inserting herself. I love her as a rapper. I believe she's excellent. She's the best one in the game, her and Cardi. But at the same time, as a person, she's proven herself to be a disgusting person. Mind you, Zoo is not the only predator she's associated herself with. Okay, we get your brother. Okay, we can't pick who our family is. But then you collab frequently with Tekashi, who was convicted of deviant acts with a minor under 14 years old, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So you surround yourself with predators.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, you were
Let's all
absolutely
call the
right.
thing a thing. Let's call
Yeah,
the
it's a
thing a
thing.
thing.
It's definitely a thing. She surrounds herself with predators. I mean, your brother, you kind of don't have no choice. But Takashi, Zoo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You can choose
Yeah.
to, especially with your brother, and this, you know, this being such a high profile thing, and you getting she was dragged for that too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because she lied and changed the narrative, saying that she never um, um, paid for his legal team. Yes, she did. But she scraped and cleaned the internet from that information. Yes, she did. Because I remember when it came out. And then she said something about, oh, well, he's not, you know, he wasn't convicted or whatever. But once that DNA evidence came out, she scrubbed the internet of her paying for his legal team. Okay, paying for his legal team. And then she made some type of excuse for him. I can't remember what it was, but allegedly, you know, so she's not above reproach. And she prides herself on being a grimy person. And not to mention, she was 14 when her and Zoo was canoodling back in the day. It wasn't some damn love story where, you know, he beat up her boyfriend who was 15. He was a grown ass man. He was 20, 21 years old. Nicki was about what, 14 when he got out of jail?
Mm-hmm.
So you had a relationship with a grown ass man. He was a predator then. He molested you.
And oop. And oop. My.
Yeah.
My.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm going to charge my phone. Treetops, I want you to drop trees in his shed and support him. Thank you
Yay.
guys. We're almost monetized, you guys. We're almost monetized.
Period. I know that's right. We almost monetized on the
Yes.
backup channel too. So make sure you guys support All About the Trees. Make sure you guys
Thank
subscribe
you.
to her channel. Let's
Thank
get
you.
monetized. Period.
Yes. Thank you for having me, King Payne. Love you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming with the facts, okay? On period.
Yes. And if you need anything else, if you go live again and you want my input, just let me know, honey. I'll be here.
Okay, on period. Yes, I think I'm gonna need you next weekend. We're gonna do some mock panels.
Okay.
You
Not a
down?
problem. I'm
Period.
down. All the way
Yeah.
down.
Let's
All right.
get
Love
this
you guys.
number
Good
one
night.
black YouTube news channel popping. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Period. Periana to the period. This live has been lit. This live has been lit. Shout out to everybody that supports All About the Trees. I see the trees in the comments. Okay, on period. She got her emojis too. Period. You know you're a badass bitch when you got your own emojis. Hold on, I'm checking. Grill. So much is coming in. So much is coming in. So I guess my name was being mentioned in another live and all kind of stuff. Like it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I'm responding. Okay. Yes, this live was lit. Okay. Tasha K is a trash ass bitch. Okay. Victim shaming and shit, trying to intimidate Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? Harassing. You know, she should sue Tasha K motherfucking raggedy ass too. She probably ain't gonna get nothing, okay, because she owed all the Cardi B. But yeah, Tasha K is trash. Trash on lobster head ass beach. Oh, lobster head ass beach. She trash for that shit. Okay? Jennifer is already dealing with a lot. She got Nicki Minaj on her motherfucking neck. She got Kenneth Petty on her motherfucking neck. And now she got Tasha K joining forces. Doing underhanded shit. Like getting people to record phone conversations. We just found out the other day that that's against the motherfucking law. Jennifer, you need to sue. Sue them raggedy hoes. How you gonna use a video of me that you recorded without my knowledge against me? Bitch, you going to jail. Period. Ferris said, how you know what the fuck he has done? He should have registered regardless. Period. Period. He been registering. What has changed? The only thing that's changed is your relationship with Nicki Minaj. Period. Trashy's karma is right around the corner. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. That's why I'm here, okay, on period. Period. God set me right on her motherfucking neck, okay, so I can give you guys the motherfucking point by motherfucking point, okay? Commentary on her motherfucking downfall. And that's just on period. Point by motherfucking point commentary on the downfall of Tasha Transrena Kibi. Yes. Yes, I was sitting over here just in time to watch that bitch fall. And that's just on period. Now, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Oh, you contributing to the downfall. You regular black woman. This black woman has been the source of the downfall of a lot of people of color. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm here for it. I got my popcorn and I'm watching and I'm commentating. I don't care. She going down and I'm here for it. Fuck Tasha K. And Raggedy Beach. She's her own downfall. The source of controversy. Absolutely. King Payne wears size 20 shoes cut. He is on a bunch of necks. Period. I'm trying to tell you. Stay on these hoes' necks. Next is like Tasha K giving birds a bad name. Okay? On period. Periana to the period. Wrong is wrong. Okay? And she's always on the wrong side. Period. Well, it's been so much fun hanging out with you guys tonight. We have reached the end of our live. Okay, it's been truly lit. It's up and it's stuck. We'll be back live. Okay, I'm getting ready. I need to check these receipts. Okay, Okay, and then I'll be dressed in the pussy hole on my backup channel a little bit later. So make sure you guys are subscribed to my backup channel, The Lituation. But we'll be back here on the main channel tomorrow. Okay, on period. So stay tuned. Stay subscribed. Make sure all your notifications turned on. It's the Official King Payne. It's the home of The Lituation. And it's up from here. And that's just on periods. Adios.